I hit the button, I swear.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to Office Up. I thought I would try to be Victoria and give you a little song here, but
Oh, God.
before I got to apologize, the songbird took
Wrong
over.
service. Okay, we on Office Up, not church. Okay, all right.
We are so glad that you have taken the time out of your busy schedule to join us this evening. It is a special evening because it is book club evening. And whenever we've got a book that we can really talk about and we can freely talk about, we're always glad to do that. And this is well, we're going to hold off a minute before we tell you what it is. But we're going to start as we always start in the evening on Sunday evenings, and that is going to be with our week in review. And we're going to do a circle around the week in review. Victoria, we're going to start with you, and then we're going to go to Ruth, and then we're going to come on back to me.
Well, I was looking like I said, I don't think I'm in my right place, and I was about to hit the button, but it's all right then. That's fine. My week in review. Work.
Uh-oh.
Work.
Did you freeze on us, Victoria?
Yes, she did.
I
Maybe
think
y'all
she
don't want to start with me. Hello. I don't know what's going on. I don't know tonight. I don't know what's going on. I'm plugged into the internet, the wireless. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, my week was pretty good. Work, and more work. Still getting mommy settled. And as we, for work, my work job is the last month of the fiscal year. So it's a lot going on. So I've been busy. Let's see. Had a nice talk with my publisher about changes from the manuscript for my book, See Me With Your Heart. So I'm excited about that.
Victoria, I don't know whether you want to,
I don't know what's going on. Yes. I'm good though. I'm good. I had a good week. Okay, I'm good.
You are.
I'm good. I don't know what's going on with this internet. I might come back and come in. I might come out and come back.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Ruth, what you got up your sleeve? What's been going on with you?
Well, I had a good week. Been busier than I've been in a while. Going through withdrawal, obviously, haven't seen my granddaughter in a week. So I've been revisiting a lot of the videos and pictures I took. But I know, I think, was it last year? We had Leah Forney on the show to talk about AI. And so I had someone challenge me to begin looking at it. Because obviously, it's not going away. So we can't pretend that we're not, that we shouldn't have to deal with it. So I had someone challenge me just to look into it. So I was like, all right, cool. And I went in through Claude and I started asking it questions to help me with my business. And I was surprised at the output because it was actually helpful, and surprised at the direction that it took the conversation, that it was very, now I did input instructions in the beginning. I told it, this is how I want you to talk to me, this is how I want you to answer questions. I didn't want it to tell me what I wanted to hear. um, what I wasn't expecting, what I got, because ultimately the questions went deeper than I thought, and it actually made me um, rethink how I look even at myself, because I tend to shrink away from my talent, my accomplishments, all of that. And at some point, they told me that I probably should go to therapy. So,
No, no. Are you kidding me?
yep, yep. So,
Wow.
but all that aside, it was actually very helpful, and I'm beginning to understand. I call it a bias, and I do think that it is valid, because generative AI, that is the piece that people are using to create artwork that steals from artists, to create written books that steals from authors. Um, I have a bias against that, because I think that that is not the most productive way. Now that I understand what AI can do, it can be very helpful. But most people, because you have like social media that's pushing this generative part, create your pictures, put yourself in the pictures, make a video, all of that, that we are missing opportunities for this tool to help us. So that's what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks, and it was very eye opening. The therapy part aside. So
Who's Claude?
Claude is one of the AI platforms. There's like it's like Chat GPT. There's another one called Gemini. Claude, I discovered, is one that is more. Each one has its own leaning. I've heard that uh, Chat GPT is more like general, whereas Gemini is more generative, and Claude is more like for business and for writers. So, and it's interesting because, again, at some point, I was mentioning, that I wanted it to help me with business. And at some point it did say, well, you'll take care of the writing, I'll help you with the rest of this. So I'm like, okay, we set our boundaries. So I'm good. So yeah, I haven't explored it. I've only done like a couple hours sessions with it, but I'm beginning to understand how helpful it can be. So,
Hmm.
mhm,
Very interesting. Very interesting.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
my week was I don't have anything new
hmm,
for my week. I still have the same issues that I've been dealing with for months.
um,
But I am I don't know, just trying to turn a corner on the way that I approach things,
hmm,
um, and doing some soul searching, I guess, in terms of wanting to be clearer on this next half of the year. You
hmm,
know, what am I really going to focus on? What is it I want to get completed, that I have not gotten completed? So I've been sorting through some writings that I've had, some older things that I've had, and discovering some things that I've had. So that's kind of where my week has been, and but a good week, all in all. Didn't have too many storms brewing or raging or any of that good stuff. So it was all in
right,
all a good week. So
yeah.
I'm interested to see what's going to happen with the turn of this key and see what's going to go with this week coming up. Victoria, you back with us?
Yeah, I'm back. So hopefully, it'll act right. I shut my computer totally down, so hopefully it'll act like it has some sense.
It appears to. It appears to.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
You want to
but
add anything to your weekend review before we get started?
I didn't know. Did you hear anything? Because it seemed like it was cut, chopping up. So I don't know what you heard, what you didn't hear. But I
Good,
just
good.
was saying it was good. We are in the last fiscal of the month of the fiscal year at work, so work was working. A lot of things going on to get. Every year I ask my people, don't wait till the last minute to give me invoices but somehow or another, I get this influx of invoices. People have been sitting on stuff all year. Now all of a sudden, oh, I didn't turn this in. So yeah, my work is cut out for me, but I'm really grateful that during the summer we go do our summer hours, and we can work on Monday through Thursday and then be off on Friday. So I have enough time saved up. I don't have to worry about it. I am looking forward to these Fridays off. I am not going to turn that computer on to do anything work related. But yeah, and I got my work cut out for me. I was saying that I met with my editor and publisher and, and got my assignment, my marching orders for my manuscript. And like I told Ruth, I said, now the work begins. The manuscript is
Yep.
written, but now they got to make things make sense. This is more work than writing it was. And
Very
we
good.
started
Very
our
good.
little project, and I'm excited about that. So it was a productive week. It was busy, but it was productive.
Hmm.
I'm just grateful for the work. I really am.
Good, 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 good. Well, tonight is a very special night for us. It is Book Club Sunday, and we always enjoy Book Club Sunday, but we especially enjoy it. That's right, when we've got this kind of book. Yes, we've got this kind of book. This is Stay With Me by author and publisher Ruth E. Griffin. Woohoo! This is one of my favorite books
Yes,
of
yes,
yours. It is one of my favorite
yes.
books. I love all of your books, you know that. But this
Thank you.
one, this is a very special kind of story. And I really enjoyed it. And I kept looking at it, and I kept when I read it again, because I've read it more than once, but when I read it again, I kept thinking, uh, I want to see this. I can see, you know how I am about your things. I see this.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I see that. But I think that there's something that needs to be done with this particular story and the way it's
I
written.
agree.
And I was when I was reading it, I was thinking easy dialogue, easy dialogue, easy dialogue, because part of the screen
Uh-oh, you getting
already
ready to
written.
take it into
So
a play?
yes,
Oh,
so
I have
you
something
know,
going
I,
on.
I'm just saying,
Uh-huh.
saying.
Uh-huh.
Really, really good book. Now, Kayetta, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for being with us. Where do we want to begin in talking about
Well,
Stay With Me? Stay with
well,
me.
before we get into the story, I would like to talk about something. I looked at this book, and I happened to purchase a copy and gifted it to someone. And I noticed that there's a different cover on the book than my copy. And my copy happens to be especially autographed as well. But tell us about the cover on your book. And like I said, mine too. I got the book. Love it. Got the book. All right. All right. Tell us
Awesome.
about the cover and why this cover looked different from what is currently on Amazon.
Okay, so that is the original cover. When I published that, I think in 2016, 2018,
Wow.
that was the cover that I went, yeah. So when I want to say that I think I perhaps switched platforms, and I took that as an opportunity to rebrand the book. So
Mm-hmm.
rebrand the cover, change it. And here's the other part that I wanted to lean more into the fact that I am I wanted to use someone who looked more like me for the cover.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Got
So,
it.
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, a lot of these stock photo places, the models, a majority of them do not look like us. So, you kind of
Right,
have to
right.
sift through a lot of photos, and that was the biggest reason for it. So, yeah, it was just
Okay.
about rebranding, and you'll find honestly, there are a lot of almost most books are rebranded. I just finished a book. It was written obviously in 1928, so it doesn't have the original cover. But to go on
Right.
to Amazon and look for the cover that I have, there are like 6 versions just of the paperback alone, 8 versions of the ebook, all of that. So it just, it's something that happens in the publishing business. So it's
Yeah,
just
and
you
that's
rebrand
what I
it.
wanted to highlight. Yeah, I wanted to highlight that because we ended up rebranding my book, and and as a publisher and editor, how important is it to rebrand sometimes?
I mean, it is
Author's
very
choice.
important. Yeah, no, it is. I mean, it is something. Books do not have shelf lives. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I just finished a book that was written in 1928 that changed how it
Wow.
impacted the literary world. I read Lady Chatterley's Lover by D.H. Lawrence, and that book
Oh
was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
censored when it first came out. He had to go to another country
Yes.
to publish it. And eventually, in his own country, it was taken to court. It changed the path. The books that we read today, we owe to that one book. But again, it had to be rebranded. That book doesn't have a shelf life. I tell my authors, you know,
Yeah.
one of the things that I first read when I began publishing my books was they're like, oh, you have 2 years to get your book into mainstream, 2 years to market it. And I was like, because when you start thinking about it, the book alone, the book 12 Years a Slave, it was a bestseller when it was published. 150 years later, it became a bestseller again. So there's no shelf life to it. If your
Wow.
sales have lagged, maybe
Yeah.
it's time for a rebrand. Maybe it's time to put
Right.
it out there again with a different cover, with a different look, maybe even updating some of the book itself so that you can now put it out there to another audience.
Love it, love it. But you didn't change the story when you rebranded it, right?
Oh, no. I
All
just
right,
wanted
all
a new
right, all
cover.
right. All right, now, all right, let's get into the. Go ahead, Andrea. Go ahead. Let's get into the story. Come on.
No, you're entirely too energetic, girl.
Yeah, she
Because
came ready.
Ruth
She
is
came ready.
one. She is one of my favorite authors, and I am like
Oh,
you,
thank you.
Andrew. And you said when you read, Ruth writes in such a descriptive way
Yeah.
that you could see the characters. She talks about the little things that you wouldn't even think, but that makes a scene. And so
Mhm.
you feel like you're in this book, and this is one of those books that I couldn't put down. I was like, yeah, I got to see what happens. It didn't take me very very long. I remember not to read the book. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's my take. But I just wanted to talk about that rebranding part. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Ruth, Ruth, what was it about this story? And I'm not sure how much you want us to say or not say, but what was it about this particular story uh, that made you say, this isn't really out here, and it's not out here this way,
Right.
and somebody needs to be talking about it in a way that is that's I don't know what to say. It is an interesting love story, to say the least. Uh, but
And it is.
but it is one that as Victoria described it as being a page turner. There were so many times that you know I'm one who talks through the movie. You know, go back around that corner. Don't go that way. You know, I'm that I'm that kind of movie goer. So when I read, I tend to do the same thing. You know, I'm sitting and I'm reading, going, Noah, don't, don't you do it. Don't you do it. When you were developing all of this, what was the driving force that said, no, this is the story that needs to be told about this?
Mostly it was the mental health aspect of it. I
Mhm.
think that I was in the midst of, not the midst, no, I was near the beginning of my mental health journey. And there were some things that, I wasn't exactly responding to treatment. Of course, I wasn't even really paying attention to it. So, but there was part of me that was going, okay, I'm not the only one, which is not to say
Mhm.
that there weren't books out there. It's just I wasn't seeing books that, um, because Hollywood does its own thing. You see these movies and these books where someone's sick, they end up in a hospital, they fall in love, and that's kind of treated as the treatment itself. I think
Right.
that it can add to it, but there still needs to be treatment. And there were some things, again, I don't know how much you guys want to, spoilers you want to give, but there was one particular tidbit of information that when I found it out, I kind of built the story around it.
Mm.
Because to me, that um, I built the story around it because most people don't see it. And I don't know how much we want to give away. That's the tough part because I don't mind spoilers. But I'll say this. I'll say this.
Well, we doing a book
Um,
club. There's gonna be some
yeah,
spoilers.
no, okay, yeah, okay. So we look. Okay, so this was the information that I found out. Most people who are suicidal, they
Mhm.
are impulsive. Their lives can be messy.
Mhm.
There may not be order in their lives, but the moment they decide that they are going to do this, then they start planning, then they're organized, they can be calm in the face of extreme urgency.
Right.
And to me, that was fascinating because I was like, okay, there's a juxtaposition there that, they're this, but they're also this once they make
Mhm.
that decision.
Mhm. Mhm.
And you tend to be very blind to the injury you may cause to someone else. And that was the part I wanted to lean into because you have your own pain, and
Mhm.
it is very you valid it ought to be validated, but at the same time is as you weigh in how much pain you are causing others with your decisions. And those were that honestly that's what that was a story I wanted to lean into. The romance was important, but it was not the answer to Alma's issues.
Mhm.
It was
Mhm.
just the thing that made living possible because I know that that's what it was for me. My our anniversary actually is next week. Next Saturday, we'll be have been married
Oh,
28 years.
all right.
And to me, that love has been very important,
Right.
but it has not been the answer to my own issues. So I kind of
Gotcha.
wanted the book to reflect that.
Mhm, mhm.
Was that the story that you wanted to tell in the very beginning when you came up with the idea? Or, I know you outline your stories. Was that the
Mhm,
story that you wanted? You knew it was going to be a romance and touching on mental health. You knew that.
mhm, mhm,
Okay.
mhm. Yes. Mhm.
Mhm. Who was your favorite character? Either one of you.
Victoria, you go
Somebody.
first.
Um, I guess I'm gonna have to say Alma. Alma definitely, because Alma was she was all over the place, but she had a reason for being all over the place, and the way you told her story, it was just in such a thoughtful, vulnerable way. You
Mhm.
made her in the very beginning when she stepped up to just do that kiss. That was very brave. So you got the sense that she was a go getter. Maybe she was, she went after things that she wanted. That's the way you set the story up. But it's only as you come, go to keep reading, you realize she's not as confident as she seems. She's got some issues, and but I still love her. I still love her character because she's just a sweet. She's sweet. She's sweet to me.
Mhm.
Okay, that's all. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna give somebody else. Go ahead. Go ahead. And the Nakayeta said Alma was hers too. So we got
Yeah.
somebody who's reading the book in the comments.
I wanna talk about the sister of the
Mm,
Okay, I'm glad because she was actually my favorite character.
really? Why? Why?
Yes. Because she didn't have it together the way she portrayed. She
Right.
was trying to be the opposite of what she knew her sister and her family were, but deep down inside, they were all the same. They came from that same brokenness.
Mhm.
And I do have a sequel planned. I do have a sequel planned,
Oh
and it
really?
focuses on her. Yeah, it
Well,
focuses.
that was one of my questions. So park that one right there.
Park it. We'll park it. But yes, yes. So to me, honestly, she was just as broken as her
Mhm.
sister, but she tried to put up this face, this facade that said, you know what, I beat my history, and
Right.
she just never dealt with it. So,
Right. And that's
She
different
was
from beating it.
probably worse off than Alma
Mm.
hmm hmm
Mm.
because in her responses and in her lack of compassion, and she just was so in your face and so adamant, and it
hmm
was so opposite from what Alma was really feeling, and the struggle that she was really having. And I
yes,
think that's what drew me into the book as well, is how little we actually know or realize or recognize that's going on with people.
right.
Um, the face value issue of our existence can be so off, just so off, and we make the decision. You act like that because
hmm
you say that because,
Mhm.
and we couldn't be more wrong. You know, I like and it's interesting how the other people in her life perceived her.
Right.
hmm
She had this group over here that perceived her as absolutely nothing but trouble, get away, stay away, whatever. And then there was this other group that just knew she had problems and loved her anyway, knew she had
Exactly.
Yeah.
issues and loved her through it anyway. And I like that, that back and forth thing. And I can't imagine uh, how confusing that was for Alma,
Right.
hmm
because she was fighting against this dialogue that said you're not worth it, you're just trouble, and you'll never find anybody that cares about you or anything else. But yet, here she's stumbled across this person that just won't let it go.
Right.
Just
Right.
hmm
let it go.
I need a Noah. I need a Noah in my life. I need a Noah. I
Are,
need a
are
Noah.
there Noahs out there? Are there those people that
I need one. I need one to show up for me, Jesus.
That no matter what, they're just not going to give up. I
Right.
watch movies and I think to myself sometimes, you wouldn't be in that mess if you had just stayed in the car. They told you to stay in the car. If you stayed in the car, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing now. And that's kind of the Noah thing. He just wouldn't listen. He was leading with his heart, and that's and he had, I think Noah had his own set of issues,
Yeah, yeah.
They did.
as to why he was chasing her down and why he had to know. I had to know, why did you do that? I have to know. And I'm thinking, no, you don't. Get a sandwich.
Well, wouldn't you want to know why somebody kissed you like that?
Not to the lengths that Noah went through, I don't think. But I'm not that bold, and
Oh, okay.
I'm a more timid individual.
Well, I would have had to find out. I'd be like, who is this coming up and kissing me like that? And it was a kiss now. And y'all know I love a good kiss, right?
Yeah. So I know you would have been in those streets looking. You would have been one to find out.
Yeah, I need some more
I
of them
don't
lips.
know that I would have gone to the lengths that Noah went through. Maybe near, not in the beginning, but maybe near the middle to the end when he really found out or began to find out, that she just had issues. There were just issues with her.
Yeah.
Then I think I would have been in the, I gotta find her. I've gotta find her. But not so much in the very beginning. And I
I
can't.
don't know about that, Elder. Somebody walked in, plants a kiss on you like that. He dropped the books. He had her in his arms. The lips were locked. The smooching was going. The feelings was going. The pressing against each other. And then she just walks out. And he's left like, wait a minute, what just happened? What you mean you wouldn't have wanted to find out?
I know. I probably would. I would not have gone through the lengths that Noah did. Now, what I probably would have done was to tell everybody and their grandmother the best thing happened to me today. That hadn't happened to me in a long time. I don't know where it came from, but
see, and like I had said, yeah, especially if it was good.
Johnson said he was timid. He was timid. I gotta go along with that,
Yeah. He was so timid that he overcame that timidness, and because he went to find her, And Ruth, when you were how was it to write the personalities, the characters? Those two were sort of opposite, and they were so complex. How did you do that? I mean, take us into the mind of Ruth right here.
Oh God. You know what, honestly, and that was the thing, because I had a different backstory for Noah in the beginning, but it was just, it didn't work because it just kind of went out in left field. So I was like, you know what, sometimes, and I'm glad you said some of the stuff you said, because the thing is, oftentimes we say what we're not, and we end up being that. Noah was quote unquote timid, but he ran to town trying to find her. And then he hung with her. And it was just like, you know what? He's not timid. And the thing was, this was around the time that this was before TikTok, when the book was first published. And it was before this, the alpha male thing was really starting to gain traction, because one of the reviewers stated that they loved the fact that he was this he wasn't an alpha male. He was soft spoken, he was gentle, he was kind of timid. And the thing is, once you are put in those situations, you find out what you really are. And oftentimes we're sitting there going, I'm not this, I'm not that. Yeah, you are. You just need that catalyst to push you into it. So it was, and that was one of the things that I found out, because again, I outlined this, so I knew that I knew the scenarios. I knew what I wanted them to be like, but it was just in the writing that all of this came out. So it was like, oh, okay, she is brave, but she's also a mess, and he's timid, but no, he's also brave too.
Yeah.
They are both brave in their own way. And I think that that's what made them click. So
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
can't imagine walking into the uh, tattoo parlor
Right.
yeah.
That was a lot. That was a lot.
and that you were making the case for Noah about going to find her and everything and
That
not.
was a lot, though.
But I cannot imagine, given the fact that we think that he's timid, that we think he's a little bit off his rocker to even go out and search for her, to go into that establishment, because I'm in my head thinking about the characters that he's gonna meet, and
Mhm.
and somebody said, why are you looking for her? And he said, she kissed me. And I thought, what an idiot. You must have like you had to have appeared to be just
Crazy. It's crazy too, right? Crazy.
that's totally out
He had a
But
lot of kahunas.
as timid as he was, he had nerve enough to say that,
Yeah,
regardless
right.
of how crazy it sounded, regardless of how
Mhm.
off the wall, it appeared to be to anybody. He didn't care. He
Mhm.
just didn't care. He just wanted to find her. And then when he did, he didn't have a clue what to say. Poor baby.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
He was tongue tied. I'm telling you, that was a kiss. That was a kiss.
I like no.
Well, it just is a great story. I'm just so proud of you for this one too, Ruth.
Thank
And
you.
you wrote
Thank you.
this. It was before COVID too. This was before
Yes.
COVID, and so you could get away with people kissing on people. But it's still the appeal of the romance between opposites attracting is just timeless. It's just time. It's a timeless story. I'm trying to think what else I could ask you. Y'all know I'm stuck on the kiss. I got to get more kissing in my book.
Yes, that is one of the things we talked about. Yes.
And Andrea had a good comment. She said, the
I
way
like
it went, the heart wants what the heart wants.
I like that, Nakayana.
Yeah, the heart wants what the heart wants, and people may not understand it, but it just is. And I was going to ask you. That's why I told you to put a park on it, because when I remember reading the book the first time, I said, wait a minute. When it got to the end, what you mean the end? Wait, it's not finished. What's going on? What had happened after that? So, go ahead, tell us about the plans that you have for a sequel.
I do, and that's the thing, because I didn't think of myself as a sequel person, but there was part of it, and part of it had to do with the sister, because again, she has to, she comes face to face with it at the end, that she is just as broken as her sister, but the truth is that's just the beginning of her story. Right. So it does center around Alma. It does center around her and Noah wanting to be together. But now that he knows the truth, now he has to go through the sister to get what the heart wants. So,
wow.
I had hope for the sister until the end.
Yeah.
When they went through the whole police thing, and she piped up at the. I thought we put you in a chair over there somewhere to sit down. What in the world?
She is redeemed. I promise she will be redeemed.
Okay,
so.
Thank you. Because right now we are not liking Leah.
I'm glad to know.
Yes. So I think that will be, because I also have a sequel plan for a couple other of my books, but I think that
Okay.
that one might be the quote unquote easier one,
Okay.
um, when I get to it. So it's in the plans, but and I think one thing no one has noticed, or if they did, they didn't say anything. All the characters have only four-letter names.
I didn't notice that. I didn't
All
Okay,
the
notice.
thank
characters have.
you.
They do. They have
Four-letter
four-letter
names.
names. Okay, yeah. No, see, that's why we talk to the author. That's exactly why. So we get these kind of things out. Really, you know what I did notice? Well, okay. Tell us why. Tell us why, and then I'll tell you something else I noticed.
At the time when I was writing, I wanted to put them all on the same level. And to me, that was a way of doing it because they all had, all of their names would be four letters. All of their names would be that. That was a a level for me to put them on so that they could, to some degree, be the same, even though they were living different lives. So everybody had
It's interesting.
those same
Yeah,
standards.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank
So
you for
I
that.
didn't know.
That's a good Easter egg. See, we wouldn't have, I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah. So
Well,
Diana said she noticed it.
okay,
okay.
thank you. Thank you. I'm glad.
And
I'm glad. I
Diana
wasn't sure.
also mentioned in a comment earlier, she said she noticed and she appreciated that you had Spanish words in the manuscript as well. And then that was good. And I said when I read it again, I was like, oh boy, abuela, that's where abuela come from. And this was way before we knew about Eminem.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, it just, it's become very important to me to make
Hmm.
sure that I am represented in
I
my
love it.
books.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So even though, and I had to, and I don't know if anybody knows, Alma means life,
Mm.
which to me was again an oxymoron for what she was dealing with and what she was trying to do. Noah
Exactly.
means savior.
Right. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so all the names were intentional, and again,
Oh.
I made sure that they were four letters so that all of them were, the same across.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so glad we
Mhm.
had this conversation to talk about that because I wouldn't have known that or even thought to ask you that
Mhm.
Yep.
about the meaning of the names. That's something.
That's good.
Mhm.
Well, Victoria says it at the end of all of our shows, and I
Yeah,
don't see any reason why we don't say it tonight. Get the
get
book.
the book. Come on, now
Well,
come
get
on.
the book. It's a
Yes.
wonderful book. Ruth, you've done it again.
Thank
Um,
you.
I love your work. You know I do. I get very
Thank
excited
you.
whenever you're coming out with something new because I know that it won't be something that I'll have difficulty reading.
Mhm.
I will enjoy
Praise the
it
Lord.
from beginning to end. So I look
Yep.
forward to what is what is coming in the next chapter, the next chapters of Stay With Me. I
Yes,
love the
yes.
title. I've loved everything about the book since the time that you first brought it to us, and
Right.
I
Thank
am
you.
very. It's one of my rereads. There are some books that I have that I just like to go over them, every now
Yeah,
and then.
yeah.
It's not very long, but it's very powerful. And I really hope that people will get the book and enjoy it
Mhm.
as much as we have enjoyed it. So thank you so much, author publisher Ruth E. Griffin.
Yeah, extraordinaire. She's an
Thank you.
extraordinaire.
Thank you for sharing tonight. Anybody have any other closing remarks? Any closing remarks from you, Victoria, or
Get
you?
get the book with the new cover. I got the old cover. So this is now a vintage
You
copy.
have the
And
original. Yeah, I was gonna say you have the original cover, not the
that's
old
right.
cover.
I have the original vintage copy. And it's one of my treasures. It was right on the shelf with your other books. And one of my other favorites is Speak Tenderly to Her.
Yes, yes, yes.
That
Whew,
that book
okay, I don't want to get started on that one.
that I know, Lord. And yes, we are biased. Yes, we are
Yes,
biased.
yes, and we
But we
can't.
love Ruth. Ruth can write a story. Y'all hear me? She can write. So she knows what she's talking about. when it comes to writing, and that's why you got to get her next book, The Writer Within. That's coming out.
Yes, yes, yes.
Ruth, do you have a copy of that? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. The Writer Within is coming out. When is it coming out?
Is it
July
all?
1st.
July for we got one more month. We got one more month.
Yes,
That's what I'm talking about. The Writer Within is coming out. That is a guide to help you in your writing journey. So if you want to write, if there's something within you, you burning to get out, you got to get the Writer Within first. That's your first thing to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, that is it for us for tonight. We thank you, Ruth, for being who you are and for
Yes.
allowing your talent to shine through and helping us to get to another level as writers and authors. But we appreciate you, lady. We really, really do, and we're really happy for everything.
I feel bad for people who don't have a Ruth in their life. I do. I just do.
I do too, but they can't have ours.
They can't have ours. That's right. You know, on a serious note, I just want to say publicly how I am so grateful for the two of you in my life. This has not only been a show to help other people, it has helped me more than I can tell you. And not only in my writing journey, but in my spiritual growth. You guys walk beside me in life, and you pray for me, and you're just there. And this is the friendship that I didn't even know I needed, but God did. And so I just wanted to put that out in the atmosphere and on this recording that I am grateful. I am grateful for you. And I love you both beyond words.
Well, we love you too.
We love you too.
Victoria, thank you for the
You're welcome.
kind words and for the kindness. That is it. You got me choked up now. I can't think. If you're trying to find out anything about Authors Up, look for us under Authors Up Show. And there you'll find us on Instagram. You'll find us on Facebook. You'll find us. Are we TikToking? I think you'll find us.
Well, we have an account. Yes, we're gonna step up our game.
Yay!
So, you wanna-
Yay! Yay!
And our website as well. So check us out,
Yes.
and be sure that you come back and visit with us again, because you never, ever know what is going to happen when you tune in to Authors Up. So have an absolutely amazing week, and we'll see you right back here next Sunday at 7 p.m. Good night, everybody. Thanks for all the comments, Night Kayana. Appreciate you, lady.
Good night, Bronze Girls. Love you.
Love you too.